everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, welcome to the Frugal and Fabulous family. And today I am going to be doing a video that was requested, so here it goes. Today I have 3 points on how to categorize your budget. Now, it took me a long time before I was able to find a way to categorize and keep track and just make a budget that worked for myself and that I was able to stick to each and every month. So it has been a very long process for me. I'm not going to say that it was easy and that it happened overnight, because this is not an overnight kind of thing, in my opinion anyways. Maybe for some people it is, but when you're just beginning, it just seems like it takes some time to figure out what works for you. So anyways, first I have 3 points, as I said, and the first one is you have to figure out everything that you're spending money on. And you can do this in 2 different ways. The first is you can look at past receipts or past credit card and bank statements to see what you are spending on, and then write everything down. If it's food, write food. If you went out to eat, write takeout. If it was gas, write gas. If you were fixing your car, or oil change, or toys for your children, or going out to the movies, whatever it is, write down exactly what it is beside the transaction, so in the end it will be easier to take all those transactions and group them into a category. And then the second way is by, and I think this is the best way because you can actually see every penny that you've spent, is by tracking your spending for a month or 2 months is even better. And by that I mean write down, even if you put 25 cents in a gumball machine, write that down. Even if you gave $2 to someone who is asking for money on the side of the street, write that down. Even if it was only like 10 cents, write it down. And then, just because all those little things, they add up. So just write down what you have spent on every little thing. And also by doing this, I find that you don't really want to spend as much money anymore, because then you have to write it down. So it's kind of a win-win. The second thing you're going to want to do after you've done all of this is you're going to want to specify your spending categories. You can be as general or as specific as you want. And this is kind of easy once you've tracked what you're spending on, and you can see the 5 most general categories is food, entertainment, household, and transportation, and then miscellaneous. Those are the 5 big ones where you can group all your food. That means going out to eat and all that in your food budget, and your groceries. Your household can include everything from your house insurance to your mortgage or rent to anything you buy that's for the house, home decor, anything like that. And miscellaneous would include pretty much everything else, like medication, dog food, and all of that. Or what I like to do is get a little bit more detailed, which I will show you what I do, but I have a bit more detailed budget categories so that I know exactly where I need to put my money. And then the third thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up your sinking fund and savings categories. Now, my savings, I have a couple different savings, which is an emergency fund and then my savings. My savings I just do not touch. I just put in there. And then obviously I have my retirement funds as well, which I do not touch. And then my sinking funds are things that, they're still kind of a savings fund, but you're planning to use them for something. And I will now show you what I do for mine. So this is from October, but as you can see, well, maybe not see, but I'll tell you, I have my rent, and then I have my life insurance and car insurance, and these are my car insurance and driver's license are a sinking fund because I pay them once a year, so I put money away each month for that. And I know that at the end of the year, I'm going to have to pay that, so I put away a certain amount for that. Then I have my internet bill. That is every month, but I put that money away every month. And then my cell phone bill. This is all of these that I'm listing off right now are my fixed expenses, meaning the amount does not change month to month. And then I used to have Netflix, but I don't anymore. And then I have my tithe or charity, which fluctuates because it depends on what I make each month. And my income is irregular, so how I do my budget, so from January, I'm spending the money that I made in December. That way, all of December, I keep track of every money that I've made, and I write it down, and then at the end of December, I make my budget for January. So I'm always a month ahead, I guess, if that makes sense. So I never have to worry about if I'm going to be able to make that payment because I already have the money in the bank because I'm a month ahead. And then I have my utilities and then my groceries. I spend the same amount each month, sometimes less, but around the same every month. And then I used to have bank fees, but I got rid of those actually. Then an RSP that I have, I put away monthly for that. And then my emergency fund, that fluctuates on how much I make every month. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And then my savings account, again, if it depends on how much I made the month before. And then I'm also saving up for school for myself because there's a few different courses that I would like to take yet. And so that is more of a sinking fund, but it's an unknown sinking fund because I don't know when I'm going to go back. And then vacation, which is another sinking fund. And again, I put as much as I can each month. Sometimes I don't get to put anything at all. Then I have my repairs, which, again, I try to put the same amount each month in there, but sometimes I just haven't made that much money, so I don't get to. And then I have my gas, which pretty much stays the same each month. Summer, which is a sinking fund because summer comes once a year. And I try to put the same amount of that every month. And then my daughter's birthday and her school, which are two separate ones. And her birthday obviously comes once a year, but her school, I don't know when she's going to need money. So I put $10 away for that every month. And then Christmas obviously comes once a year. So I try and put money away for that. And then gifts, I put a very small amount into this because I don't know when I'm going to need to buy gifts. So I think I normally put around $5 or $10 in there. Clothing, the same thing. I don't really buy myself clothing, so I only put about $5 or $10 in there a month. And then I just have entertainment. And my entertainment includes eating out because we barely ever eat out. So we don't eat out every month, so I include that in there. And then I have my home and personal all included in one. And then my miscellaneous, which includes medicine if we need it, or anything that doesn't make it into one of these categories goes to miscellaneous. And that is how I have mine set up. I hope this answered some of your questions who asked me how I did that. This is how I do it. And if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you budget. Maybe this doesn't work for you, but this is what works for me. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!